Hello, this is Josh Max with the Nintendo World Report.
What's up? I'm Ryan McDougal, product manager for Resident Evil Revelations.
So, we gotta ask, first things first, what's the story of Revelations?
So, Resident Evil Revelations is set in between RE4 and RE5. It's a brand new storyline for the Resident Evil universe. You know, it's legit canon, it's part of our world, and it's really sort of telling the connective tissue, you know, how we got from the action of RE4 to the action of RE5. They're very different stories. This sort of develops some of those threads connecting, you know, where the story went, where those characters went in between those two. So the story of the game, you've got Chris, you've got Jill, two of the most famous characters in Resident Evil history. In this game, they're actually looking for each other. They've both been sort of torn apart, different parts of the world, and they're both seeking each other out. From there, it gets interesting. They're essentially chasing each other in circles, trying to figure out where they are. And that's, of course, going to be interrupted by some zombie fighting, some mystery solving, some conspiracy, some puzzles, all the stuff that makes Resident Evil great.
That's great. So what can players expect from this game? Like, is it more action heavy? Is it more like a survival horror? Like, what are we expecting?
But Capcom, we've been definitely trying to listen to our fans when it comes to Resident Evil, and what people have been demanding is sort of a return to form for survival horror, and that's really what we wanted to deliver here. Was, you know, going back RE1, 2, and 3, looking at what made those great and what people really liked about them. A lot of that was sort of a slightly slower pace, a slightly greater focus on horror. I would say less ammo, more zombies is essentially the way to put it. And that's what we have here. You're going to start out with very few weapons. You're going to start out with not a lot of tools in your pocket, but it's still a Resident Evil game. You're going to be trying to fight back against those hordes of undead. Now, I say all of that, I want to make sure people know, when we say old school, we're talking about, you know, less ammo, that survival horror experience. That doesn't mean it's an old school looking game. It is the best looking game on the 3DS. I wouldn't normally make such bold claims, but when you look at this game, it was really, we sought out to build the first masterpiece that was built for the 3DS. And I really think this is it. This is above and beyond the call of a portable game. This is a full console experience brought to the 3DS.
I mean, it's a beautiful, beautiful game from what I've seen so far. I gotta ask, will there be second slide pad support?
Yeah, absolutely. Resident Evil Revelations was developed with that slide pad in mind, and the slide pad will work day one out the gate with our game.
All right. Is there anything else you'd like to say about the game?
We just announced the release date, February 7th, coming to the Nintendo 3DS.
Sounds great. I can't wait to get it. This is Josh Max from Nintendo World Report.